January 15th, Good Things Ahead, and I read, Once you get the essence of Christianity, it's not about you, but about God and others. You find yourself really busy. You're immersed in church stuff, ministries, Bible study, small groups, and the like. You step it up with your wife and kids, working to become the leader they need you to be. But before you know it, you're alone. Alone, because loving others is easier than letting others love you. Yes, you're all give and no get, but no one knows you. No one knows what you think, how you think, what you're afraid of, what you dream about, because you're going so fast, seem so strong, and are in God's will. No one is going to chase you down and ask, how are you doing? I mean, really doing. Imagine you have a good friend, maybe someone you've been investing in and helping, who stops you and asks, who truly express an interest, how are you doing, man? I mean, really. Dilemma. Do you tell him? Do you confess your struggles? Do you admit your loneliness? Does he really care about you and your stuff? Or is he just being nice? You won't ever know until you trust him with your true self. As a recent beneficiary of two-way relationship, I can say unequivocally, tell him the truth. Open up, let your friend love you, express your need for help. This is hard for a man because we are prideful by nature. Christ was the opposite. He was gentle and humble in heart. He took his closest friend with him. He asked them to be there in his hour of need. He told them everything. Question: do you have a friend who knows everything about you? If not, why? God is your provision. Genesis chapter 22 verse 13 reads, Abraham raised his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in the thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for a burnt offering in place of his son. While Abraham was going up the mountain to face his trial, God has his solution, the ram coming up the other side. But Abraham didn't hear the ram that was to be sacrificed in place of Isaac until he showed obedience to God's command. He didn't see the intent sacrifice until the angel of the Lord intervened and stopped Abraham from killing his son. That day, Abraham discovered something life-changing about Jehovah. But we can easily miss the key to Abraham's provision. He could keep going until the provision of the ram came because he was able to look spiritually at the Lord, also raising his eyes. Despite the physical trial, Jesus referred to this in John chapter 8, verse 56. The root word for the name Jireh means to see. When Jehovah and Jireh are put together, the compound connection means to provide. Knowing that what he saw in the spiritual realm affect his action in the physical realm, Abraham recognized the power of sight in calling this place Jehovah Jireh. God's provision for Abraham was based on his vision of what Abraham did. So the question is, what must God see so that he might provide for you when you're caught in a trial? He needs to see the same thing he saw in Abraham: immediate action and obedience. Many of us don't know God is Jehovah Jireh because God is still waiting for us to act on what he has said. Whatever it is you don't want to sacrifice, career, relationships, finances, even family, you must let go in order to experience Jehovah Jireh. When God sees your honor with him the way Abraham did, you'll discover the power and provision of Jehovah Jireh in your life. And I pray, God, I will be quick to show my faithfulness and obedience to you, even though I don't know what is to come next. Amen.